Ready? Begin. Mr. Speaker, sir, at the outset, I thank you for the opportunity given to me to speak on the railway budget. There can be no difference of opinion that the railways are the largest public sector undertaking. I think more than 1 crore of people move daily in our trains, and it is not possible for the Indian railways to function in an isolated manner. The factors that have some connection with our economy will have some kind of influence on our railway system and our railway administration. In fact, the rate of increase in freight and fare is not the same as the rate of increase in the inputs of railways. So far as the private sector is concerned, there is no doubt that its desire is profit. But we are not running the railways with a view to getting profit. On the other hand, we are running them in order to do some service to the public. I will not be wrong if I say that our rail transport perhaps is the cheapest in the world. That is the reason why the Rail Tariff Enquiry Committee has recommended that our railway system should be made financially viable by raising the freights and fares. In spite of the strong recommendation of the committee, the government have not implemented it at once, but this is being done gradually. In the present budget also, in view of the rising cost of operation of the railways, the government have had to revise the freight and fare structure. So, they have increased the fares for long distance passenger trains in order to raise the resources which are needed by the railways now. Under the present circumstances, I am glad that the railway minister has been very careful while increasing fares and in presenting a balanced budget. It will be seen that even while revising the rates, the railway minister has taken care to see that it should not very much affect the common man. He has borne in mind this important matter, and for this purpose he has exempted the monthly season tickets. One of the most welcome feature of the present budget is the announcement of a plan of checks and controls to reduce the accidents. During the discussion on the railway budget yesterday, it was made clear by the Minister of State for Railways that the government were trying their best to create conditions of safety. If the plan is implemented in the proper way, it would go a long way in restoring the confidence of the public in the railways in our country. The people will be prepared to accept an increase in freights and fares, but they will not be prepared to accept the present position so far as the accidents are concerned. So, under the present circumstances, what the general public look for is not a reduction in charges, but a reduction in the number of accidents. Taking this into consideration, the administration has to take care to see that a sense of confidence in the railways is restored among the public. Then we talk about protection. In this connection, I would like to say that the Railway Protection Force must be given at least equal powers, if not more, with those of the general public. We have declared this year as a year of productivity. So, this year, as far as possible, the railways should be in a position to move the national economy in terms of production and distribution. For this purpose, as far as the allocations in the plan outlay are concerned, a large amount should be made available to the railways.